Alright, so check it out. On Mayhem, we are putting in a support brace because we're about to cut out the front. I remember you guys, I don't know if you guys remember or not, we talked about doing a tubular front. So before you do that, you don't want the front to collapse and get knot need on you, okay? So we took some basic measurements and we're welding in a support brace so that when we cut off the front half of the car, it'll still stay square. Scrap metal. Well, we ain't gonna scrap it just yet. We're gonna use it as a template for the tubular. So there it is. All right. So now that we've cut off the front half of the car for the tubular setup, we're gonna start on these spot welds. So these are ones that I could clearly see. So I'm gonna drill those out first. We're leaving the shock tower in. Originally, like I said, I was gonna keep the shock tower from the red one, but this one is, it's in its factory placement. So I was like, you know what, let me not disturb that because I'm not touching any of this up here, so it'll stay held up there, and then this will keep it from bowing in. So yeah, let's go ahead and start on these spot welds. First, we're gonna drill a little center drill hole just to give the punch somewhere to go for the spot weld drill to go. Likes to walk around. So we're using the spot weld drill. You can see. Start slow. Just at that speed. You don't want to go too fast. Alright, see how it's starting to cut it? So you just do it like that. Alright. See that? It's already off. Alright? So you just keep going down the spot welds one by one, and then you just keep driving the chisel down all the way until it all folds away from the part that you're trying to save. And then we do the other side, and we'll be making some progress here. So. Alright, make sure you use cutting fluid. That's why you see it kind of wet in there, whether it be some oil or something to kind of lubricate it, because this is a cheap Harbor Freight spot weld cutter, but it works really well if you take your time. So there's occasions where you can't find the spot weld, so this is when you get the grinder and you just kind of grind in the area where you think it may be. You don't want to grind it all the way too hard so it goes all the way through, but it looks like the spot weld kind of went off of the panel a little bit, and when you try to drill that with the spot weld drill, it breaks the teeth off. So I'm going to go ahead and use a grinder. Alright, see, we started to peel it back from the shock tower. So the shock tower goes all the way behind the frame and ties into the frame. So you can't exactly just cut it out. So you gotta cut it's like a U, it wraps around it. So the bottom is also spot welded in, and then the other side as well. So we're gonna have to cut that out. You see this, this is a thin piece of sheet metal. We bent it out the way. When we put in the new one, we can just bend it back and weld it in place. And then we got these pieces here, and it goes all the way up under. So it's quite a bit of work, but hey, doing what we got to do. So we got this part cut off, so you see the shock tower is kind of floating there. And for those of us who are worried about alignment, check that out. The holes are there. They don't move. So as long as the holes on the new frame match the holes on the old frame, we're good. So we can clean that all up, you know, sand it down, make it look all pretty. So yeah, right now we're just marking out the little spot welds with the orange dots to make it a lot easier. Look how beat up that is, man. Even the floor is dinged up. So we're probably gonna take this out and then beat the floor back down before I start working on the replacement piece. Let's roll. All right, underneath the car, see, it's still so greasy. I tried to clean up as much as I can, but it was even worse. When I get this out, it'll give me an opportunity to clean up even more. But as you can see, I started drilling some of the little pilot holes for the spot weld drill. All right, so besides all that, just been working on Mayhem. I spent the day, actually, first time in a long time working on Mayhem. So I welded in a little support brace here because we cut the front part of the car off. We're going to be using a tubular front, either fabricating it or buying it. I'm still on the fence about what to do as far as time constraints. And then see here, we cut the frame off. We're still cutting right there. Back here, we had cut the little brace off right there, and we're going to go ahead and go up under there. There's quite a bit of work that I did under there so far. So we're coming up near the end of it. See, I drilled out all the spot welds. This one kind of got janky right here, but as you can see there, we're going to go ahead and yank it down. And we got it from out the front here. See, a little plate. And boom. So we're going to go ahead and graft that red one in from the vert. So yeah, it's a lot of work, but like I said, I'm still having fun. I ain't worried about it. There's one more spot weld in there holding it somewhere though. I gotta find it. Junkyard dogging. Alright, here it is. The last of it completely butchered. Just trying to get this last piece out here. Looks like we got something up in here holding it. Oh, we do. We got one more spot weld right there. It's holding it. Let's see if we can twist it off and break the spot weld. Oh, there it is. The last of the frame underneath. Oh, the floor is butchered. Look, got a hole made right there. Got a bunch of holes made right there. Oh, it's butchered. All right, got a little plate right here. I'm gonna take that plate off too, but yeah. So the frame rail is removed on Mayhem. All right, all the way up. There's a lot of work, but I can at least flatten the floor back out and kind of get some of that going. I'll take the carpet out, weld up those holes that I made. Yeah, give me some welding practice. Junkyard dog.